Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Hello everybody and welcome back to more Summit 5 European Phase 2 Qualifier action. It's Virtus.Pro versus Team Finem. We're hopping into Game 2 of this best of 3 where Virtus.Pro, well, it took a little bit of muscle and effort, but a very, very rich Alchemist certainly helped Virtus.Pro claim victory in Game number 1. So now Finem are going to be fighting to keep this series alive and take it to a Game 3. Otherwise, they risk falling into the lower bracket and await the winner of now Alliance versus Empire. This is Coddle Guy for Beyond the Summit, going to be your point caster. And again, I'm going to be joined by my good buddy, Mr. Ryu Boris of Ryu Dota. Ryu, welcome back, my friend. We'll have to see what Finem can shake up to try to at least take it to a 3-game stretch. But remember, it was even difficult for Alliance to do that. It took a very, very awesome performance from Bulldog on his Faceless Void to take it to a Game 3.
And it's funny watching like the bands kind of each time around. Virtus.Pro, they target the same bands, but like AF they kind of switch it up, the Doom thing, and then now they're doing something completely different. But it's still giving Virtus.Pro their Faceless Void that they've run so much and so often.
Yeah.
That I'm just, maybe that's for them, but I mean they got the Wisp, they got the Batrider, they must be thinking something. They have a plan for this.
Surely they have something in mind, I imagine. But you're right. I mean, for what it seems, Virtus.Pro are putting Faceless Void all the way at the top right now. I mean, obviously Beastmaster, it seems like I haven't seen Beastmaster played since the tweaks to the recent patch. But nonetheless, for most people, they still feel like Beastmaster still provides so much. I don't blame him for it. Very good jungler, great lockdown, great map control and vision, and will continue to receive the first phase ban respect. But that will continue to leave heroes like Phoenix available, and Virtus.Pro are going to promptly snag him up. They witnessed firsthand at Dream League in the hands of OG how strong, you know, this hero actually is. Fly would play it any chance he got. And the death rate continued to be a problem. This draft, though, really flying forward. Second phase of bans, it looks like Virtus.Pro get rid of the Bounty Hunter. It's an intriguing ban right there. I don't know if they're going to plan on going greedy at all with their future picks. And they also get rid of the Jug. Finem rid of the Earth Spirit, has yet to be seen today. And Disruptor, who's been seeing a lot of playtime and is obviously very good against the Wisp, will deserve the nod. Finem get rid of that, but we're in store for what looks like a Madara special, Ryu. The Slark comes out.
Yep, going just a little bit back on the ES and Bounty Hunter bans. Normally when you see one ban on the other side, you normally have both, just so one of the teams don't get those key roamers. There's still Tusk at times, so that can be very good for like Liquid, but most of the other teams don't even care about Tusk anymore. Going back now to the Slark pick, it's interesting to say the least. It can definitely help zone out the Faceless Void in the laning stage. You just essence, you just get your passive there and your essence shift, attack the Faceless Void, hunt them down constantly with the Wisp, so Faceless Void could have a hard time in the laning phase. And then going on later into the game, if you can get off your Shadow Dance when out, then that's going to help you a lot during the team fight. And with having the Disruptor now for Virtus.Pro, it could be very hard for them to actually, you know, get all the ganks, all the, you know, setups for the relocates, all the plays last time around. So I'm very curious to see why they didn't go Disruptor and Faceless Void this time.
Yeah,
Instead they went for Phoenix, which is puzzling. So they had known it was going to get banned out, and now they're just thinking, what can we do against this Slark now? And Puck is really good in this situation for VP, but I don't know if they want to necessarily play that here. Oracle is good at trying to counteract the false promise. It helps a lot, it helps to counteract the flaming lasso with its false promise, and then you also have ways to deal with a lot of this magic burst damage in with the face edict. So it's a decent pick, but a lot of people hate the hero just because he doesn't do as much in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, he can be a bit tricky. Sometimes teams will try to make the most out of the hero, like when you're put into a situation like this, when you know he's a great grab, whether it's, like as you already mentioned, bailing out someone who gets caught in the lasso, or even shutting down somebody like a Darkseer in the lane. You know, you could typically pair him together with like a Death Prophet, or someone who could really thrive on that false promise. We're not going to be seeing the Death Prophet here as, you know, promptly Virtus.Pro pick up the Queen of Pain per G, but let's say for, you know, Aloha Dance, which, you know, who knows, they might end up going for the Clinks again, but if they get him someone that is very good with like a heart or any sort of hefty regen, they get that doubled, and they get a get out of jail free card with the benefit of the Oracle. So we'll have to see how it's going to be. I know it's something Virtus.Pro have picked up a couple of times. I don't know if it's FNG or No Fear who's going to be playing the hero. My early bet is that FNG is probably going to stick with the Phoenix and No Fear will take it, so we'll just have to see how it goes. But I'd finna pick up the Bane. Nice grab. We don't get to see it enough, but very good at opposing his will in the laning stage. And, you know, Finem are a team who like to put a lot of emphasis on the laning stage, so it just kind of fits them well. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they get a Mirana in there or something.
The thing that's good about False Promise is it's good against both of these spells, but not if they're both cast on like a target, like separate targets, or, you know, you just False Promise, and then afterwards you can still use your lasso, or you can use your Fiend's Grip. So it's nice to have two of these lockdowns where it's just like not all, you know, eggs in one basket for the Bat Rider or just the Bane. So that's why I like it. They also can just constantly dive and put pressure on the VP side. VP have very squishy heroes now, and that's where Slark, you know, thrives and do a lot of work. But we'll have to see things work out, because still if Oracle is always positioned behind the Queen of Pain, then it's going to be very hard for them to lock down the Queen of Pain in these team fights, because they don't really have, you know, a reliable stun, like just say a Lion Hex, you know, just like a short cooldown stun.
Virtus.Pro now need to find a possibly ranged core Lincoln's candidate. The first thing that came to my mind was like a Weaver or something, but they're going to go with Gyrocopter. I only said Lincoln's candidate because to help when you don't have a false promise, in some way you can avoid the lasso or the, you know, Bane ulti here. But they also need to be able to kind of go toe-to-toe with the like of a Slark and be able to contribute with a Chronosphere. How do you think Gyrocopter can fit that bill? Do you think it's going to be good enough for Virtus.Pro, or do you think maybe there were other options?
I think I want to see if it gets punished in the laning phase. They have Oracle, Phoenix, Gyro. It seems very strong, and I don't know if they're going to be able to contest when you have a Slark, so that's really good, and then that ensures that Gyro is going to have a good time. And then Gyro and Queen of Pain are just going to get online so fast in this game that they can transition, and their team fight is way scarier for the side of VP, but Team AF, they have the pick-off potential around the map constantly.
I casually threw out the name Mirana once I saw the Bane picked up, but then as I said it, I realized that if it was a Mirana, it was going to have to be a mid lane Mirana, and in my mind I was like, yeah, that might not be happening, but it is happening. So we saw it not too long ago, I believe, in the hands of Na'Vi. Dendi picked up the Mirana in the mid lane. He actually did a pretty damn good job with it. But this is going to be very exciting to see. You know, ever since that Agnum Scepter like kind of came into the scene for Mirana, that quickly became her go-to item. I don't really blame him for it. It's a ridiculous amount of nuking power, especially if you can isolate somebody, let's say on the back of a nice arrow. But we'll have to see how much work it's going to do here. You know, with the benefit of the Chronosphere, it could help even set up even more damage from the Mirana or not, but should be a doozy, Ryu, as we get underway in the game number 2. It is match point right now for Virtus.Pro. They win this one, they go into the finals of the Summit 5 Europe Qualifier, and Finem will have to go into the lower bracket to await the winner of Alliance versus Team Empire. Otherwise, of course, Finem would love to get a win here and try to take it to a game 3. We'll have to see.
It should be a close game. The only problem I see right now is that AF, if the ultimates come online really soon for VP when they get the the Void Chrono up soon, Phoenix up, nice levels, it just seems like their lineup is just going to completely snowball all over AF. Whereas, like I talked about, AF they're going to be able to split up the map and they're going to need to find pickoff. They can do with this lineup. It's just, what would I rather have in this game? Well, I would rather have I think a Void than a Bat Rider situation, because Void counters that hero until the Bat gets a Force Staff, and we'll have to find out.
A little bit of ward action at the start, but nothing as serious as we've been seeing in the past couple of games. But nonetheless, it will be runes split apiece here for both mid laners. What do you think? I mean, I know you used to at least play a lot of mid lane in the day, but the Queen of Pain Mirana matchup is not one you see very often. I imagine, especially for the side of Finem, they're going to have a little bit of outside influence from this Bane. But if it was more of a clean head-to-head, which also even the Oracle's going to be here, I mean, what the hell do you think is going to happen in this mid lane, I guess?
A lot of people are going to trade right clicks. That's going to be the
2v2.
2v2, this is going to whoever hits the arrows. I don't know. It's one of those situations, if it's a one-on-one matchup, Mirana will, I think, lose. Not heavily, but will not come out on top. While just looking at Skylark shaking down the Phoenix. 4 stacks. He's going to have to force
5
the
stacks.
dive.
He's going, baby. Oh, whoa, he's not going for it. The dive makes it a bit too scary. FNG actually hasn't leveled up his first point yet, but he could go for the dive. It's scary, though. Lots of stacks there.
Really good, though, Skylark to play like that. That means that there's no tangos left for the Phoenix. He has 1 left, and then he might be forced to go back to base or something. Oh, base.
Ooh, so close. That sap got G pretty damn low, but not enough to finish him off. He'll be able to salve up now, and the trade of blows will continue here in the mid lane. How's this bottom lane going? Yoku again on his Faceless Void. He has to match up against the Slark. Not the easiest time for him. No surprise to see Slark at the top of the CS, but Void is not getting muscled out of the lane. Obviously, the Wisp is not very good at zoning, and he'll just kind of take up the duty of pulling the camps, but Yoku should be in for a pretty good time as far as just building up some respectable CS and a good share of XP.
Yeah, it's both offlaners getting a really good start to this game. Nice steal there from Yoku. And the reason why they have to put the dual lanes in the mid lane is because they're gonna tank that arrow. Okay, maybe next time that's a double damage. Queen of Pain. You need a. Oh. They're just saying.
Yeah, this is awkward.
Cat and
now,
mouse.
Pull the creep all the way up and around now. That's going to mess up the equilibrium a little bit here, but it looks like he'll round it right back to the lane where it belongs, and they'll kind of do a bit of a reset here in the meantime. But, as you mentioned, Skylark also kind of getting what he would like in this off lane here. He's at level 3. Yoku is pretty much neck and neck with that, with their CS being pretty much the exact same. And Skylark, as long as he has the mana to dish out, he'll continue to get it out. And FNG, no early stick yet. Would be nice to have. I mean, Aloha Dance has his with 7 charges to work with right now. So probably something he's going to be planning to keep on reserve. Bottom lane. They make it go for Yoku, who will be able to walk away from the trouble, or at least leap away from the trouble. There's the mid lane, though, is the one I'm going to have to really keep my eyes close on.
Oh, yeah. This is the kill potential from AF is pretty ridiculous here, where they can just easily set up for, arrow. Obviously, you can purge it off, but that's pretty cute. That
Good old disjoint. But you're right. I mean, once the sleep comes or once the arrow lands, things do change quite a bit. Both sides are sharing XP, so obviously both mid laners are not getting that solo XP burst they're used to. But okay, looks like Virtus.Pro going to make the move with FNG coming in. And with the nuking power coming out, a level 2 Purifying Flames adds plenty to be able to get the first blood for G on this one. They will get the response, taking down FNG with the help of the Brain Sap there, but It's a trade for Virtus.Pro that they're going to be happy with. They get the first blood and take down Thug's Mirana.
Yep.
Uh-oh,
And
No
there we
Fear
go,
could
No
be in
Fear.
trouble now. Yeah, he gets 1 stack already. That's going to be 2. Skylark takes to the skies here. No Fear tries his best to slow him down, but he does not have a level of Fate's Edict, so he can't, get rid of it so easily and heal himself up. Tried to purge it off, but nonetheless, the charge was out, and it was just a slow and painful death. Hard to watch, really.
It was well deserved after that kill in the mid lane. But it's looking good still.
Oh,
that's a dead
nice
chase
grab
void.
on Yoku in the bottom lane. Yeah, I saw it. I mean, he counted out, waited out for the pack to fly up, and they got the kill mid lane. They get a sleep into an arrow, but No Fear will show up into the lane, and that'll be the end of it.
So action everywhere. So this is when the Batrider pick pays off dividends, where you're able to play really aggressive here. It's kind of like the same thing for Vase's Void too. It's like you're able to play aggressive against these dual lanes and see
Ooh, top lane. Skylark, he got 3 stacks. He was hoping to make it go for Aloha Dance. He's able to fly to the skies and left and away. And now he's leaving his illusions to try to finish the job for him. They're actually doing some decent damage, but not quite enough. He turns back in. It's not going to happen. That was close. Very close.
He had
Skylark
his
was close
illusions. If he had his illusions tank, the rocket barrage and the creep wave, he would have gotten that kill 100%. So I don't know what he was microing his illusions where they were, but that was sure kill.
Oof. Good little stop right there from No Fear. I don't know if Bane was able to get close enough. I mean, there might have been a blink if necessary, but if he got there for the brain sap, G could have been in big trouble. Both sides just have that huge hitting nuking power, whether it's No Fear's Purifying Flames or the brain
he just
sap.
aggressively blinked.
Oh yeah, that could be a mistake. But nice job by No Fear there. Takes the sleep off. The arrow's gonna miss its mark, and now they'll have a reset. Yoku's here now though, and so is Madar. It's a whole party in the mid lane, and now they're looking to make the jump. The first one to go down is gonna be No Fear. And well, I guess that'll be the end of it. A lot of people are around for a fight, but only one person's gonna get knocked out, and then everyone's like, "We're good now. We're good."
Top. I mean, there was a huge dive coming in from Skylark, going on a lot. But didn't get killed, and then Phoenix almost got the kill with the Sunray.
But
so
mid lane
though.
sleeping the arrow. Thug moves in. There's going to be the Starstorm, but a good save from No Fear. He gets out the Fate's Edict and the Purifying Flames heal, and will avoid any further damage, and will save the Queen of Pain from any further trouble.
And this game is just action-packed everywhere. I can't even keep up. My camera work is, I can't sleep on the job anymore.
I'm impressed I got this much already. Normally I'd be like, 0 for 5 right here, but, I got the most of them. Pat myself on the back for that one, but yeah, whenever I come to cast European Dota, especially a lot of these CIS teams, like the good old VPs and Navis, they certainly do not make it easy for me.
Oh yeah, constant action. And that's what we like to see. Sometimes and when you see this kind of lineup, after you're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have constant fights. He's gonna have level 6 here for Yoku really soon after this wave, yeah. Getting cleared, but Spartan TP'd in, else that would have been a dead Clark.
I mean, we saw from game 1, Spartan is very good at being that get out of jail free card if it is necessary, but he's still got a little ways to go. He's only level 4.5. But once that level 6 and recall comes back online, then a Chronosphere will not mean any sort of secured kill. Not in this game. But, a trending thing for Virtus.Pro also is this Aloha Dance. Always able to kind of find a lane to kind of keep farming up. This Gyrocopter sitting 3rd on net worth right now, 2nd as far as CS. Man, he actually falls a decent amount behind from the Slark, as he has just got a gross amount of farm. 75 CS at 8 minutes in.
Oh yeah,
Damn.
It's the stacks, man. They had this triple stacked over here, this triple stacked over here, and he had perfect CS in the laning phase because it's easier for the Batrider to constantly pressure the Gyrocopter. I think Aloha Dance had to go to base at least 2, if not 3 times. So this laning phase is a huge win, and Slark scaling into the later game, it will absolutely demolish Gyrocopter. And so that's where you're just like, well, we need to start putting pressure now, and that's why you're seeing Aloha finally keeping down, and they want to go on the slide.
This is, what we've been seeing starting since the CDEC run at TI. Proactive gyrocopter play. Get that level 7. You got your call down. You got your level 4 rocket barrage. Let's go. Put it to work now. And they're getting close.
This
They're
is why you
creeping
don't
in with
pick
that smoke.
Oracle. He's got like no.
He's got no stun range, but ooh, they hop over and above here.
Radiant's bottom tower
Here
is
comes
under
Virtus.Pro
attack.
looking to cut him off. They're going to see Spartan. They're going to have to settle for a wisp kill, it looks like. That'll be the end of it. I mean, that's nice, but obviously the big target would have been Madara, but look at him. He's moving in under a Moonlight Shadow. Uh-oh. No Fear does not have his level 6, and, oh, Madara, now he's in trouble.
Why didn't he?
Chrono into a rocket barrage, and it is over. Okay, well, maybe bit
It's
off
over.
more than he could chew on that one.
That's. It,
G's still holding the Sonic Wave here. And now F&G dishes out the Death Ray. Aloha Dance is going to be put to sleep. And, oh my god, ow, 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 ow. Spartan getting burnt up from that Ray. Going to be forced all the way back and out.
Dire's top tower is
Virtus.Pro
under
actually
attack.
taking it easy on him, it feels like. You know, they have still a lot of tools ready to work with here. But they're not looking to get too over-anxious and just jump and throw themselves into too much trouble.
besides that Slark kill, this is. Okay, where is it going? Top lane? That's a big mess.
They missed that. I was still watching mid lane though because G did make a move for Thug there, but not enough of a move to commit the Sonic Wave. And oh, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Maybe next time. Says maybe next time you'll get the regen. And now, oh, no fear. The bodyguard gets off a Knight's Fate's Edict, which will keep G alive, and even throws his own body into the arrow. A martyr, a true one at that, and we send him our absolute praise. The Oracle will gladly hand over his own life for the sake of taking down Thug's Mirana.
Yeah, this is really good play coming in from the Oracle. I'm very surprised, and that's even before his level 6 too.
Dire's
Now
top
he's gonna
tower
have
is under attack.
no fear. Where's the tomb? I think it was the Phoenix, because he got his level 6 now, and that's gonna help out having that egg to reset the Sun Ray, helping out team fights.
We know what time it is now, though, Ryu. Is they got Skylark with a blink and a smoke.
Yep. Do it.
He's gonna go kill somebody.
I mean, he
And
doesn't
he's-
even need to use the smoke necessarily if he just waits 20 seconds, because then it'll be nighttime, and then it's just a little thing. Sometimes you could just save it. It's better to make smoke plays during the nighttime or the daytime, right? Like this, but not when it's so close to night. Yeah, they
Okay.
might find no fear here.
Oh, okay, taken to the skies. There's the jump. No fear, though. Gets put to sleep. Now he gets out of sleep, but he's not going to be able to get a false promise off as he's still not level 6. An instant double takedown. Both of them going towards the Bane on this one. Beautiful debut for Skylark and his lasso. Blink might not have even been too necessary, as he was like pretty much right in their face the second the fight broke out. But nonetheless, very effective and good work from Finem.
Yeah, that was all scouted out by the ward. Really well played coming in from AF, putting this ward, scouting the rotations, and now it's like VP. They're just like TPing mid. We want to fight now. Let's fight. But going back to where I said you're not supposed to smoke sometimes during the night. This is still a really good smoke just because it's against a Slark and against night vision. Ooh, is he gonna actually? Oh, that's.
He is running back. Like, he ran
Yeah, he
back
got
the
it.
second he knew trouble was going. He even pounced his way, but still, he was able to get off the Shadow Dance before the Chrono comes out. He tries to get healed up. Now he's trying to get healed up from Spartan. It's just still not enough. Everything they can in the kitchen sink to get this Slark down, and they'll be able to do so. They're looking for the ball, trying to get a hold of Spartan here. He's hiding under the Moonlight Shadow. He makes it back out and away, and he's long gone. They're not going to see him, but still, a takedown on the Slark is a big one for Virtus.Pro. Maybe they'll be able to follow it up with at least a tier 1, but nonetheless, that Slark was just hustling straight back.
Oh,
to
he's
make, oh
actually
god,
gonna
you can't
find
be
him.
serious!
Oh!
They're gonna find him! Hello! Hi, a beach ball randomly found here in the trees. A long jump from Spartan. And, well, he gets it to Skylark. He's relocating. He's out! Oh, he's not out of there. That was the last possible frame, it looked like. but he's not going to be able to make it back in a way here. And now they want Skylark. Oh, this could go from bad to worse from Finem if they're not careful.
That's actually really bad for VP. They have
Yeah,
no
you're right.
ultis.
Madara is back. He jumps in, but there's a false promise. That could get the save here for Aloha Dance. He dishes off Black Cannon. Is he going to get healed up enough? No, not enough. The beam comes in now from FNG, but it comes a little too late to get off enough heal. And he's going to be forced to TP out and away from the trouble. No fear, though, is
on G.
the man all alone, while G is going to get Fiend's Gripped up, but there is going to be a quick cancel now. Yoku, sapped. Nice nuke. We'll grab him. And meanwhile, back and below, No Fear still
G doesn't have
slowly
enough
walking
mana.
away.
He's dead. Dead. Oh. Hunted down by the Slark Shadowblade. It's just one of those situations you just forget about it. And
that started great for Virtus.Pro and it ended up being wonderful for Finem.
they dove behind a tier 1 tower, used all their ultis just to wisp. So it's like, well, we don't have our Gyrocopter ulti, we don't have our Chrono anymore, we don't have our Queen of Pain ulti. So them just sticking around in the was very, very bad.
I mean, they found the Wisp, which was great. But yeah, once he made that long jump to the Bat Rider, at that point you need to reevaluate what, you know, if you want to kind of make that deep commitment or not, just to kill the guy who witnessed the previous skirmish. Because by that point, the Slark was back and ready to play and in the fight. But it's just one of those things, you know, that players even say. Sometimes you just go in full Divide mode, and the bloodlust is in your eyes, and you just can't pull off.
It's actually true. It's just like you feel like you have the better position right then and there, and then you just like realize that, oh wait, I actually don't have the better positioning here, or we're just gonna all die. Oh, nice scan there. Gonna scout out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they will see the incoming trouble, and Madara this time, he will head up and around a very unorthodox path of retreat here, but a very safe one it looks like. And he'll be able to hide out in that safe spot, avoid the trouble, and Virtus.Pro are going to be unsuccessful on their gank movement and are just going to have to settle for some movement elsewhere. Thug, who had been brought down a couple of times, was able to at least find some recovery. Courier's dead! See you later! What was on it? I can't click it now.
Point booster for the Marauder.
Trying to build up into that Agnum Scepter. Just as I was like getting ready to talk about her path of recovery, she loses her point booster, unfortunately. But nonetheless, it's kind of grinding out the farm on the back of that Midas. Here comes G though. Jump in deny is not going to be there.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And Slark will pick up the last hit on that tower. He has still got the highest last hits in the game by a good margin, and is on top of the net worth by Ryu, close to 3K above the next closest Virtus.Pro person.
Yeah, it's just, this is the perfect game for Slark. I mean, they have nothing to really lock them down. It's like the same situation we saw in Game 3 where VP, they had a Tinker and they had a Slark, and there was just no heroes that could actually lock them down. So the only thing that can really, you know, lock him down in this game is Faceless Void. He doesn't have a Blink Dagger. It's going to be very hard for him to, you know, jump because of that. And as I say that, watch Marauder go right into the... Well, let me just go into the void, but it's fine though. No sentries are down. This is what I was talking about too during the draft. You split up the lanes here, and then you might get picked off, but at the same time you're just getting so much from the map right now.
Yeah.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Well, they're still hanging around this mid lane. Now taking flight, a jump in from G, an aggressive one. And he ends up just getting hog-tied right away. No fear waiting. Gets off the false promise, but the Chrono is going to get dropped now. They're going to go for Skylark, but that tether's there, and he's still good. They'll can catch him with the Sonic Wave. They will commit the blink in to get the finish. They'll take down 2. It could have been a lot worse for Finem, but they managed to skate away, just losing their Bat Rider and their Wisp.
Yeah, all things considered, that wasn't that bad, and they're still pushing top lane. Thug is doing really good. Now they need to make sure they don't keep feeding. Like, yeah, with the Chrono down, as we talked about, they don't really have a Lion, so they can't constantly fight. Run!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Madara, he's been spotted. He's forced to go into Shadow Dance. He's got to get the hell out, but he's not going to make it away. lurking around in the wrong neighborhood. FNG happened to spot him with a sentry he had planted. And that will be the end of the Slark. Makes it a 3-man takedown now, Rio.
All right,
Virtus.Pro looking to follow it up with a +1 on this tower.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Now it's looking really good for VP.
Oh, it doesn't stop there. They want more. Don't get too bloodthirsty. Okay, looks like they may pull off. They drop a sentry and a obs. As the Moonlight Shadow comes down, they'll see Thug. They're hoping to get a good position here on the high ground. Oh, they're tempted. And it looks like no fight will break out. That might have been good patience from FNM. And they wait. Yeah, they get a good snag back here on for Aloha Dance in the mid lane, but the heal starts coming out from FNG and a false promise. That together with the beam might be able to keep him alive and well. Man, paramedic was coming out from FNG and now a jump in, a call down. It burst flies out. Slark looking to take out Aloha Dance. Will be able to get that grab. And now it's no fear under the pressure from the Slark. He's going to get absolutely slaughtered. The egg is up now. It will be dropped. But they quickly step off and away and avoid the stun lockdown. But here we go. Madar now looking to make his move for Yoku here. Change its course, goes for G. G gonna blink down and away. Now FNG thinks he can get him with the beam, but he'll quickly get just absolutely plucked. And Virtus.Pro need to get the hell out of here. G tries to blink to the low ground to make it away, but the chase is on from Skylark. And he'll get it done. Doesn't matter if he gets silenced up from that Orchid. 4 are going to be going down from the side of Virtus.Pro when the dust does settle.
Nice standing from AF to fight without the ultimates. If Queen of Pain or Faceless Void had their ultis up there, that would have been a disaster for AF. But they took a really nice team fight, and it was nice where the thing we talked about earlier, it kind of happened, where Bane was able to Fiend's Grip the Queen of Pain for the whole duration just because they used the false promise on the gyrocopter to save him from the Batrider. So it was a pretty nice thing. Oh, meanwhile, top lane, and I have poking and prodding, but running away. It's all about those essence shit, the value.
Yep. Little ticks of extra agility you could take to his next camp and farm up, sure. Walks back and away, and it looks like that will be the end of it here. You know, it feels like at the moment, this Aloha Dance gyrocopter really does not match up in the damage department to where this Slark is, and he has just got some work cut out for him now. And you know, it could be just on Virtus.Pro making sure that they kind of get all those ultimates put together. Before, you know, in the last game and in some of their games against Alliance, you know, you can get away with just committing, you know, one ult for a fight here and then another ult for a fight over there, but it's quickly looking like for this game they need to make sure everything is in sync, and they might just have to commit the whole kit and caboodle for one big fight to be able to kind of get the upper hand advantage in this game.
Yeah, they need to make sure that you're finding out the Slark in most of these attempts with the Faceless Void ulti, or even Thug, because of how much he's able to acquire since he's had the Midas. His eggs obviously online, and he's been farming a lot faster, but it's more so on VP having to group up as 5-men, as where we just see AF they can play keep away. That's why they're thriving right now.
Trades from both sides as Virtus.Pro will go for the tier 2 in the bottom. AF quickly clear up the tier 2 in the mid lane, and now they're pinging out like they want to go for the high ground here. But the TPs are already coming in from Virtus.Pro. They head up to the top lane now. Gar is kind of hanging around that side, but it looks like there'll be no commitments, just good forced rotation here. And Finem will still kind of hang out in the Virtus.Pro woods. Now Roche is up, and Finem could head that way and maybe be able to have an eye for it, but they're going to make a move for Aloha Dance, but that's going to be the quick save from the false promise.
That was really slow reactions coming in from Skylark. I'm trying to get into his mind right now. He's like, I think I see the no fear oracle, but it looks like he's backing away, so I can just pop my lasso and I'll hit him. But he didn't use, he used his lasso and then he waited 2 seconds to cast his Force Staff afterward. It was weird to say the least.
It'll cost them that lasso, and they'll have to kind of play around that cooldown in the meantime, but that means Virtus.Pro could also play around that cooldown, and that means they're going to go on the assault, and they're looking to make a move. They get a nice ward grab, but Dar going to get caught under the chrono, but there's Spartan, bails them right out, and now Virtus.Pro are going to have to do it without a chronosphere, or just not do it at all. Aloha Dance says, I'm ready, I'm going to have the call down. in my pocket here if I want to make a go. There it is. It's going to get dropped. Madara, though, able to pounce away from the trouble. Spartan will have to eat the call down, but they're going to make their move. Nope, they're going to be going down right away. Madara hides under the Shadow Dance and goes right for Aloha Dance. And, well, he will end up going down. Turnaround fight. They both get dropped as Thug rains down from the skies. A serious starfall, but it's not going to matter in the end. G and company are able to sweep on through Ryu, and they claim 3. It's a 3-for-2 trade in favor of Virtus.Pro.
Really good understanding that Phoenix is just hero, right? You just pop the egg, they're not able to focus it down, comes back up, Sunray is a heavy amount of damage, and they just had a lot of ways to burst the Slark even when he ultis, right? You just have Queen of Pain using Scream as well as Sonic Wave, and then he's down to half HP, and then he's still forced to retreat. Sunray and they talked about, the call down wasn't the great that there, so imagine if they had hit that, that could have been VP kind of taking the team fight handily. Chronosphere wasn't there too because they used it earlier, so really good with relocate still, as we talk about from Spartan. He's always going to have these relocates that are just amazing that we see, but it wasn't enough this time, sadly.
And now Virtus.Pro will get awarded an Aegis to add on top of their new momentum swing. Still trailing behind in this kill score 16-4, but they're starting to grab back the net worth advantage overall, which pretty much the precedent has been set by this Slark. And even Thug now is actually getting his own big share of the net worth ever since he picked up his Agnum Scepter. So both him and the Slark are just going to continue to be the big farmers this game. So Virtus.Pro, good fight for them. Do not put them in the clear, though. They're going to need a lot more than that, and they're going to need to find a way to kind of keep the objectives coming. They still have plenty of towers on the map. They took both towers bottom lane, but they still have tier 1s in the other 2 lanes right now. So let's get that free money that's out there.
Free money, I like it. Take it. This is still a really good situation for both teams. Trying to figure out who I favor right now. Coda, it's kind of hard to say because they just got the Aegis on VP. They're also going to have the BKB finished relatively soon for G, so he can just move around kind of freely in the team fights. As I say that, there's still Fiend's Grip and, you know, the Batrider ulti, but still, even if he gets Fiend's Gripped or he gets lassoed, they don't have enough physical burst damage to bring him down if he has the BKB. Because most of the AF right now, it's all magic damage. Slark going for a BKB, they don't have that the physical right clicks necessary. Oh, they scout out. Maybe next time he's canceling TPs, maybe?
Haha!
Oh.
Canceled FNGs, and that will bring in the relocate,
Oh,
but that'll be a nice chrono from Yoku, but doesn't catch Madara. And because of that, and now he goes for the egg. The egg's going to just get blown up here. And that's going to lead to a killing spree for Yoku, but Madara has also been putting in the work here. But between Yoku and G, they might be able to kite him. I say that. And now he puts his focus on the G. Now here comes Skylark. Bat shows up, drops down the flame break, gets the lasso. That's going to finish off Yoku. G's going to get saved up from the false promise right now, but Thug dishes out that nuke damage. That should be able to finish off G. Oh, he lived! Wow, he lived! He's good for now, and he will hustle out from the trouble.
Oh, well, we see a dead Batrider, maybe. He still has the Manta style to work with. He's gonna Manta it now.
Oh, still caught under. G tries to help him out, but it ain't gonna happen. Thug steps in and gets him. What a mess of a fight.
That was really good coming in from AF. Oh my goodness, they just picked them off one by one. Everything was said by maybe next.
Yep.
That was a really nice play, catching them off guard, and then they were forced to go back in. So now this is going to help them a lot for AF. They're going to get, you know, control back on the map. Slark can go around the map looking for where the wards are. We haven't talked about it too much this game, but he's been they've constantly dewarded everything from VP side, and that's just so annoying to play against when you don't have any wards on the map. There's only one ward on the map, and that's from AF here in the bottom lane. So both teams kind of playing a little blind here.
Yeah, I was just looking at that vision right now. Really, both teams are in the dark. Uh-oh, Spartan trying to change that. Going for a deep ward. Could pay with his life. Has the Glimmer Cape, though. And while they're distracted with the Wisp, Madara jumps in and gets a quick and easy kill, taking out FNG. And the follow-up kill for Yoku. Big 1-2 punch comes out from the Greeks. And now they're going to be following it up with their own and one on the tier 2 tower.
everything's just getting blown wide open. It's like the same time as last game where it's like, well, VP just basically won the game at like 25 minutes team fight. And now it's feeling like almost the same thing here for AF.
Yep, this is going to be a lot of damage in the base. You don't have Yoku, you don't have your Chronosphere. He's out for 30 seconds without a buyback here. A lot of pressure on G and company to hold this one. He has a Sonic Wave. They have a call down. They have a lot of good high ground defense, and they might have to show some of it here. It looks like maybe not. I guess
arrow to the face of low.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh, false promise though. Madara thought he had a good chance to go for it, and look at that. Wonderful feed grip will catch G. Finish off that Aegis here. FNG's going to be forced to step back and away. Still holds the egg. And Finem think it's best that they probably retreat. Madara is going to pop his BKB for it. He still hangs around though. Goes right for the gyrocopter. And now he could be in trouble. He thought he was going to be able to get a lot of it, but now goes into the shadow dance here. They are going to get the snag on Aloha Dance. Pull him back and right click him down. G fires off with his Sonic Wave, but it's not going to be enough to get the finish. A pullout happens as Spartan heads right back to base with his relocate, but could be coming right back into trouble. Flame Break tried their best to kind of separate them from the Wisp, but not going to be happening. And Madara hanging around here.
He just has 22 essence shifts. Keep doing these plays like this because they don't have anything to lock him down. But they do have the Chronosphere back online. Be a little bit reserved.
Virtus.Pro put up a pretty good hold. They will lose that tier 3, but they hold their racks now. And they need to know that they're not so easily safe. Any sort of aggressive movements like that outside the base, you lose your high ground defense, and Finem will just close this game out at the drop of a hat. But luckily for Virtus.Pro, they have a lot of big ultimates to work around, and when one goes down, another one, 2 or 3 are going to be ready for the next fight, unless Finem can catch a more significant team fight swing, outside of the defensive lines of Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, I think we're just seeing, a much more mature AF, like one game. Like, you just see it, right? Last game, it was the same exact situation where they went high ground and they commit for the racks is when they could have just got tier 3 tower and back. This time they just got tier 3 tower, they backed.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, better play all around coming in from AF. And it's really nice to see that. Just the change up in one series.
We'll see if it pays off for him, or if Virtus.Pro ultimately still managed to pull it back or not. Virtus.Pro also been kind of not getting too bloodthirsty in this one. You can tell that there is a bit of patience on their side. I don't know if it's the hope of, probably putting together this BKB on their Aloha Dance gyrocopter. He still trails quite a bit in the farm department. Him and G are about neck and neck, but when you put that in comparison to where this Priestess of the Moon is and where, the Slark is, it feels like they're still a full luxury item away. So it's going to be a little bit of a grind for them, but eventually Virtus.Pro are just going to have to... Do you think that Virtus.Pro are just going to have to find their best, closest window to fight and go for it? I don't know if you want to risk going too far into the late game against the lineup that Finem have.
Yeah, the reason why you don't want to go late against the AF lineup is just because they have relocate anywhere on the map, and Batrider is one of the best late game carries, and I will say that he's as a carry, he's off lane, right? And I'm saying it as a carry just because he's able to go anywhere on the map and set up Firefly ganks, lassos, and normally in the later stages of the game, like 50-60 minutes, fours actually have to go out on the map by themselves sometimes and split push. Else, it's all about, map control, where Bat and Wisp is very scary. But VP's lineup still very scary right now. With their team fight, they can still win these team fights pretty handily. It's just on AF kind of to split them up and pick them apart.
And mid lane, there's going to be a lasso pullback here. No close false promise, but that'll be the end of it. False promise comes now, but he's already out to safety. Hope that wasn't too early for him, because No Fear's now the one who's going to be in trouble. Grip on the G, G's picking it out, but there's no way to save him. And he could be going down Blink, though. He makes it away. Yoku makes his own jump in, gets the Bane down.
I mean, they're just getting a racks at top lane, guys. Let's just look up here. Thank you for
up
the
here,
racks.
the damage is really being
and
done.
Bottom lane, here you go. Let's go for that. Let's relocate.
Oh my god, the top and the bottom. Virtus.Pro, you may be doing okay in the mid lane fight, but you are losing home base right now. Madara will BKB off the Fate's Edict, and he's here. He's a man on a mission, and he will get that.
He just ults TP.
Oh boy, Finem really just kind of took the game back right that. All the momentum that Virtus.Pro had was a rug under their feet, which Finem just kind of just swept up.
Oh yeah, you're got some dust mites going on, Dakota. It's all in the side of P's base right now. They're getting overwhelmed. Yeah, and this we talked about this push, and now you're gonna have Aloha potentially stuff. Yep, and
Pick pull back into Starstorm, and mega kill streak is going to be here for Madara. And your Aloha Dance Gyrocopter is going to be out of this game for a minute without a buyback.
yep, good
And
game played.
I think it's over. Yeah, no Chronosphere, no other way to defend. Finem, hell of a game too. And you know, the classic Slark play by them is something they continue to pull out, and here it works out well. And for the second series straight, we're going to go to a game 3.
Yeah, normally the thing is they opened with Flark as like a pick or something in there, and that gives you time to pick a carry that can counter the hero. Gyrocopter is atrocious against Slark, and in some situations he's amazing, right? If you don't have the Shadow Dance up, then yes, Slark will get absolutely demolished.